Okay, so we are live. Okay, yeah. So we are live. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so welcome. Fantastic time we're going to have in this session, right? So welcome with me to this first session in this Your Book We Sell Academy. Fola Folagbade, an amazing guy who is doing amazing work in helping authors to truly make lots of money from their published books. So today I have Fola Folagbade. He's going to be opening this floor, and I'm very excited. I want to tell you something about something that has to do with book designs, right? So when I wanted to write my first book, I didn't really care about book design. So I just wanted to have my face in front of a book because I used to love Miles Monroe, the late Miles Monroe, how he used to put himself in front of the cover of a book. Amazing stuff. I just wanted to have myself in front of the book, you know. So I took a picture in the studio, and then I wanted to write my book, which the title of that book was The Profound Life. I'm no longer selling that book now because I'm not impressed at all. I think it's not even in line with who Emeka Nobis is. So I'm not selling the book. I've hidden the book somewhere. All right. So the publisher of the book at the time, I think, didn't even understand what design was all about. And so she told me to go and meet her designer in the office, small cubicle. And then I went and met the designer. I don't think the guy even understood anything about book designs, right? So he was just someone, I think, who was learning how to use Canva, right? Excuse me. If you're, come on, answer this guy. So I think he was someone who just wanted to, who was still learning how to use Corel Draw at the time. And then he just brought my picture, put an eagle that was flying somewhere, and then, you know, and then coupled it and put together as the design of the book. And then when I started selling the book, right? Answer him. Okay, so when I started selling the book, somebody saw the book, a Muslim at the time, and then he said, no, he wasn't going to buy the book because the book was written for Christians. I was like, what do you mean? He said, look at the eagle, you know, flying. That eagle represents Christianity. I'm like, wow, it didn't even occur to me, you know. So the guy refused, and I think many other Muslims at the time refused to buy the book because the book wasn't really about Muslims. It was about anything Christianity or religion. It was about how you can live a profound life. But they refused to buy the book because of the cover of the book, and it hurt me so much at the time. So even between that time and between that time and hold this one too. Between that time and 2017, that was 2010 when I launched my first book, which didn't sell. After selling 200 copies to my friends, church people, and a few of my family, I couldn't sell any other copy of the book. I ended up giving away 700 copies away like that, Saraka, to a lot of individuals that I met along the line, right? So between 2011 to 2016, I refused to write another book. But by 2017, when I came up with my books and amazing titles, Addicted to Writing, Abandon the Dots, Madmen Speak Revelations, amazing titles, my book took off and they began to sell. And you were the one who was instrumental to all the designs of the 7 books that I wrote in 2017. So thank you for being here, Fola. I'm grateful that you're here. And you have gone on to You have gone on to build one company that will truly change the face of publishing in Africa. And I'm glad that you are here to share with us. So the first question, I have introduced you. A lot of individuals know who you are already, but you can introduce yourself in, say, 1 minute for those who just joined us some hours ago.
Okay, Emeka, thank you very much. I don't know if you can hear me very well now.
Fantastic. I can hear you. I can hear you very clear, bro.
All right. Thank you very much for that brief introduction. Of course, my name is Fola Folagbade, a creative entrepreneur. We put it this way, that I'm just a creative person. I love anything that has to do with using your brain to create something out, right? Okay, so I do graphics a lot. I help brands with their visual, and also I I'm also a very good photographer. I do so many things around creativity. So why did I start Worital in the first place? The whole idea was I was tired of seeing books that were done shabbily in this part of the world. I noticed that most people don't pay attention to the cover, and this is more of the deciding factor when people want to buy books, right? I noticed that Nigerians mostly our books cannot sit. Most of the books cannot sit side by side with foreign books, right? We pay attention to content and all of those things, but we don't pay attention to what is really, really selling books. I love what one of our friend DJ said in one of his comments under your post. He said something like, except you are God. It's only God that look inward, right? People look outward, right? You are not God, except you are selling for God, right? Except if it's just God, I want to buy your book. That's when you just decide to work on the content, and you feel that it's okay to work on the content alone and leave the cover. But you are not selling to God, you are selling to human beings. Emeka Nobis want to be attracted to your title, to your cover, before I even think of even buying it, right? Okay, so we're going to be sharing so much about all of these things today, and I am happy doing this. This is what I love to do. I have spent years on this, creating visuals and also creating covers for best-selling books, right? And I am happy doing this today. So thank you once again, Emeka, for having me here.
Well done, well done. Good to be here. Good to be here. So let's dig into it. So the question I want to ask: why is it important that you pay attention to book design? Because you are selling this book to human beings, not to God. Only God knows the heart. But people look at the face, people look at your appearance, and people look at you before they even take certain decisions. For example, why do bankers dress in coats and tie, suit and tie? Because if you go into the bank and you see someone with a tattoo and all that kind of stuff, you're thinking, this madman is going to take care of my money. No, this guy is going to steal my money, right? That's why when you go into the bank, you see them all clean shaven, they're not doing beard gang, they are dressing well, and all that kind of stuff. So appearance is critical, appearance is important. So, but why is it important that a book design must be done in a way that we attract individuals to want to buy the book? What's the reason?
Okay, so like you said, I think in NLP, we're taught something about, because this thing, they work hand in hand, right? We were taught something about rapport, right? And it has to do with, for instance now, Emeka Nobis, if you want to go and speak somewhere and you want to check out the kind of people coming to that event, and that will also determine the kind of outfit, how you want to look, right? You don't want to go to a corporate a corporate meeting with maybe casual, like maybe just round neck or shorts or something, right? Meanwhile, so it all depends on the kind of people that are going to be attending that event, right? So it's the same thing with your cover design. So the first thing you want to consider is, who are the people that are even going to buy this book, right? If this book is for female, you need to understand that would determine the kind of cover that you will be doing for them. If it's for kids, you don't want to put, it will tell from the fonts you're going to be using, the colors you're going to be using, right? So these are things that you need to consider if you are looking at attracting the right audience. So getting your cover right will help you to attract the audience you really want to attract. Okay, so you need to get your cover done rightly to really attract those kind of audience you want. Okay, and again, another thing people don't know, I think I did this while in school. I don't know if you also did it, Emeka. There are some books, when you hold them, when you have them, even when you are done reading, you still want to hold them when you are going out, right?
Exactly.
They are so fine, maybe they are so beautifully done or something, they're creative, and even when you're going out, you want to hold them. It's just like a complimentary card. When I do complimentary card with for business owners, my whole idea is I want this card I want you to give out this card, and people will not want to just throw it in the dustbin, right? You want people to be able to hold it around, right? So that brings me to the second point. You want your readers to be proud of the book, so they can take it anywhere. They're proud of it. They can, you understand? If they are proud of it, they want to take it out, even when they are done reading, right? Exactly. So we use it to post those days, right? We go out with books, even when we are done reading with the books, we still want to go out with them because they are beautifully done or something. So that's another point. And again, these days there are thousands of books coming out. When I started Worital, long before I started Worital, I was getting so much attention, people wanting us to get their cover done. But at the point, I didn't even know that there are thousands, millions of authors coming out every day until I went on research. That market is so big. And the truth is, if millions of people are dropping books every day, what will give you competitive advantage? If your cover is just there, if it's not attractive, if you can't convince me with your cover, from your cover, that you are creative, how will I even be convinced that your content will be appealing to me? If your cover can't attract me, then what do you want to put in your book that will attract me? So a cover design, I use this illustration a lot. A cover design is like, getting a cover design done is like, you take wine and all of that. Just imagine someone giving you a wine, a very sweet wine, but in a dirty cup. I'm sure you're not going to take it. That's what people do with covers, right? You're not going to, no matter how sweet it is, right? So many people pay attention to the content alone. It's important your content has to be rich, right? Maybe we're still going to get down to that stage, right? But then for you to attract people, to even know what you have, for you to welcome people to your house, you need to make your environment clean and be attractive enough, right? So this is where cover comes in. You want people to get into your to understand, to get into your brain, to get your message, to read the content you have to share. Then you need to attract them first with your cover. If not, you will end up having your book read by only few people that probably just love you or something, right? So that is it.
But,
get your book right.
Okay, but why is it that authors and those who want to author books, why is it that they don't take this thing seriously? Why don't they take book design seriously? I mean, in your experience, the things you have worked with individuals, why don't they take this in serious? They are thinking in terms of forget about the book cover, but focus on what it is that's written inside of the book. I mean, that's for me, I think that's foolish to think about, right? So why is it that people are not taking this in serious?
So I think to answer that, it's just like, for instance, now when you started out your business, your company, you reached out to us to create a brand identity, and of course that cost you, right? But it's because you're coming from a place of understanding. You understand the importance of having a good face. Even if you have a good content, if you don't have a good face, you're not going to attract the right people. So I think it's the same things. A lot of people, even when they have all the money, even if they have the money that it takes to start well, even their businesses, they handle it shabbily. And NLP says something, how you do one thing, my coach, that's Innocent, who said how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So it is the same thing. So when they don't, these are caliber of people that doesn't even pay attention to their business or whatsoever they are doing, right? And they don't really care about the visuals, right? So, and it tells when they are, because business is also, I mean, book publishing is like running a business, right? It's your cover is your identity, is your brand identity, starting from the title, from the cover design, and every other thing. Okay, so this is it. They don't just understand that this thing, like you, it's just like when you started out, you didn't really pay attention to the cover, right? So I think in some cases, many people will still learn the hard way before they get this thing right. They will still have to learn the hard way before they now understand it. So I try as much as I can to make people understand this, to make people understand the importance. But of course, I will only do what I can at a particular time. If they don't want to listen, of course, you have to let them be. So that's it, basically. I think time will tell. Many people will understand better as they progress on the journey of being an author, right?
So I have some copies of the books that you've done right here with me, and this is one of them. All right. So I just want to understand what is going on in your mind when you made this design. So this design is Tasty Fertility Boosting Smoothies. It was written by Gilbert Nnaemeka, right? Gilbert has
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello, Emeka. Hello, Emeka. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Emeka. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Emeka, can...
Yeah, I'm back. Network cut me off.
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah, network.
I was off, right?
Me off at the point.
Oh, cut you off. So I was in. I didn't know. I thought I was out.
Okay, go ahead. So tell us, why did you design this book this way? You know, so you have this is a book.
Okay. So Gilbert, Dr. Gilbert's book, right? Okay, so that was the end result. We wanted everybody that gets that book to have. So the book is dedicated to waiting mothers looking to get pregnant and all, right? So the book is so what's the end result at the end of the day? What do they want to see instead of having a pregnant woman or something which we feel was too conventional? So we had to bring in different elements of that will be needed when you give birth to a baby. So there you have the diapers, you have baby's shoe, and some elements like that. And the fonts used was also intentional. And it has to do, it's something that connects, it's a bit, it's between our fonts that connect with male and also female, because at the same time, we believe that male, we also want to read the book. It has to do with fruit that they need, both the guys and also the women in the long run. So there are different things put together, and we came up with different options before we arrived at that at the end of the day. And of course, we don't do this alone. We also make sure that it's also connect with what the authors want and like at the end of the day. So I think that was pretty much that was it about Gilbert's book.
And then I have another one here called Father Mentor.
Yeah,
right?
Father Mentor.
So,
yes.
Leaving a worthy legacy for your sons and your daughters. This was written by Bridget Leslie, and Bridget is part of this session too. So why did you choose to have this kind of design? Because I think people are going to be learning a lot. The fonting. Why did you use this kind of font?
Yes.
Why did you use this picture? You know, for this particular design.
Okay, so the picture was used. We used a stock picture. We actually bought a stock picture before that was used, but in discussing with the author and editor at that particular time, we now came up with, okay, let's have the face of the man as in the father. That's the instead of using stock images, right? So, and of course, They have brilliant pictures, very amazing stuff there. So we had to look into their gallery and pick this particular one, which was very nice. And the reason why the